Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah. I am a dietitian and a personal trainer, and today I want to debunk some common fitness myths that you may have heard. When it comes to nutrition and fitness, it seems like everybody has an opinion on what is the best thing to do. Everyone likes to give unsolicited advice, and some things out there on the internet are just straight up wrong. Others make no sense at all. Basically, there's a lot of BS out there, and I want to debunk it today. We're going to go over some popular fitness myths, and I'm going to talk about why they are not actually true. There are obviously tons of fitness myths out there, and I can only cover so many in this video. So if you guys want a part 2 of this, let me know in the comments below. All right, let's get into it. All right, let's jump right in. So this first one I hear all the time as a dietitian and trainer that works mostly with females, and that is the myth that lifting weights is going to make you bulky. Weightlifting is something that I try to get most of my clients to do if they're able to or if they enjoy it. Resistance training has so many health benefits, and it just feels so good to do it. But there is a fear that we will get bulky or look manly if we start to lift weights. Good news. That's not going to happen. First of all, women don't have the same hormones as men, and so we won't get that manly shape. Our anatomy is different, our hormones are different. It's just not going to happen. Unless you are taking anabolic drugs, which can alter your hormones and anatomy. Which I don't recommend doing that either, but we won't get into that today. But as a female, if you lift weights, that will actually probably give you that lean look that you're hoping for. Muscle mass actually takes up less space than fat mass, and so if we have more muscle mass and less fat mass, which we can get if we participate in weight training, then that is when you get that lean look. The only way you will get bulky is if you are eating in a caloric surplus, so maybe eating more calories than typical, and you would be maybe gaining fat mass along with that muscle mass. So anyway, I highly recommend lifting weights, and I can almost promise that it's not going to make you bulky. It's going to make you feel really good, really powerful, and also improve your body composition along the way. All right, the next myth is that muscle will just turn into fat if you stop exercising. And kind of along with this, the whole myth that you can just go back and forth from fat turning into muscle or muscle turning into fat. Muscle mass and fat mass, or adipose tissue, are two separate types of tissue. They can't just morph into one or the other. Now, you can lose fat mass and build muscle mass, and so it might kind of seem like they just kind of flipped, but what actually happened is, again, you just lost fat mass and built muscle mass. Again, they can't like go back and forth between the two. But if we stop working out and maintain the same dietary habits, it may be possible that you may put on some fat mass and lose some muscle mass. And that is why I always encourage finding exercise that you really, really enjoy, and also not burning yourself out. Even those who lift weights recreationally, maybe a couple days a week, are really going to get the benefits of that increased muscle mass and strength. So don't feel like you have to go from 0 workouts a week to 7 workouts a week, because that will only burn you out and make you hate exercising. Find what you enjoy, prioritize rest. That way you can maintain those habits forever and not have to worry about what's going to happen if you stop working out. Also, I plan to make a whole video on this, but any muscle loss that you might see from not working out for a little while is going to be very slow. If you don't work out for like a week or two, say you go on vacation or you get sick or whatever, you're not just going to automatically lose all of your gains you've made in the gym and put on a bunch of fat mass. We got to think big picture. It takes a long time to build muscle mass and to put fat mass on too. So anyway, bottom line, your muscle mass and fat mass cannot just turn into each other. It's a really long process to also build muscle mass and to build fat mass and to lose fat mass and muscle mass. So don't sweat the small stuff. All right, so the next myth is that you should stretch before you work out. Now, I phrased this one that way on purpose because yes, we do want to do a warm-up before we work out, but we don't want to make that warm-up be just a static stretching session. We want to save that static stretching for after the workout. It's going to help with recovery and decreasing your soreness and all of that. But before we work out, we want to do a dynamic warm-up. Doing these dynamic movements will help to better prepare your body for the upcoming demands of the workout you're about to do. So just remember, dynamic warm-up before a workout, static stretching after a workout. All right, the next myth is the one that we can spot reduce, or the idea that we can pick and choose where we lose body fat. I have clients tell me all the time they want to lose fat here, 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 and here, and they point to all different parts of their body and they ask me how they can lose fat in that area. And I have to have the tough conversation that we cannot pick and choose where our body sheds fat. The fat mass that we have on our body is kind of predisposed based on genetics, and that's why we all look different. And that's another reason why I always say that everyone watching this could eat the same way that I do, work out the exact same way that I do, and we would all still look totally different. And let's say that you have a goal of reducing inches or body fat in your midsection. You can't just do a ton of crunches and planks and Russian twists and think that that's going to do the trick. If you are intentionally trying to lose weight in general, it's going to come off where it comes off. We can't really pick and choose the parts of our body that lose fat. A much better goal is just going to be having consistent habits, eating a generally balanced diet, and sticking to an exercise routine that is realistic to us as an individual. Okay, next myth is that you have to feel sore in order for it to count as a good workout. And similarly, the idea that you have to be super sweaty for it to be counted as a good workout. This stems from the idea that if you aren't super sore or super sweaty, then you aren't working hard enough and therefore it wasn't a good workout. That is simply untrue. Like I kind of have said a few times in this video, building consistent habits and following a training plan that is suitable for your goals is going to get you a lot farther than just always putting your body through the ringer all the time. We don't get a lot of benefits from continuously destroying our body and ripping our muscles to shreds. That's just going to make recovery a whole lot harder, and if we don't recover, we can't perform optimally. You might experience what's called DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness, if you haven't worked out in a while and you're just getting back into it, or if you do a different type of workout, or if you start to increase your weight or your sets or your reps. As we apply that progressive overload to our workouts, we might feel some soreness here and there, but the goal is for that to get a lot better over time as we are more consistent with our workouts. Also, as a personal trainer, I could make my clients sore every single day if I wanted to, but that doesn't mean that I would be creating good quality workouts for them. Anyone can tell their client to do 100 burpees, 400 squats, 1,000,000 push-ups, whatever. That's exaggerating, but any personal trainer could make an extreme program that would make any single person sore, but that doesn't mean it's a good workout for that individual. So again, the goal is for soreness to actually get better as you're more consistent with your workouts, and it really helps to prioritize recovery and not try to do the hardest workouts that you can or work out 7 days a week. Recovery is just as important as the workout itself. And our last myth is that concept that fasted exercise is the best exercise. So some gurus will say that you have to work out first thing in the morning without anything in your stomach in order for the workout to be the most optimal. And this comes from the idea that our glycogen stores are depleted because we're fasted, and so the body has to use fat for energy instead. The problem with this is that you may run out of gas during your workout and maybe feel lightheaded, experience low blood sugars, and that can negatively impact your performance during your workout. If you don't put gas in the car, you can't expect it to go, just like if you don't fuel your body with the right things that it needs, you can't expect your body to perform at its best. Plus, if we run out of fuel during our workout, our body may actually shift to using our muscle mass for energy rather than tapping into our fat stores. Not to mention that if we even are in like a fat burning zone, it likely isn't going to be for that long. And honestly, the negatives just outweigh the positives. It's best to get something in no matter what time of day. If you are a morning workout person, it can be best to eat something small and high in carbs to give you that quick burst of energy. If you are working out in the evening, it can be best just to follow a regular day of eating, making sure that the closer you get to your workout, you are including some carbs that you can use for that workout for energy. I've got a few podcast episodes that I will link below on this topic more in detail. All right, that is all we got for today's video. Those are just a handful of the fitness myths that are out there. If you guys want me to do more parts of this, let me know. I would love to do so. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you always know when I post a new video. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.